In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle. Hey, everybody, come on in. See you out there. It's time for the Sunday Funnies. We all good? I think we're all good. Marv is in the house. Good morning. Another great show ahead. Here we go. Marv, hope you're doing all right. Hope you're having a good weekend. 1st of March, everybody. It's the 1st of March, 2026. As Glenn would say, soon it'll be Christmas. Don't know where Glenn is this morning. I hope he's feeling well. Heard he was a little sick, but he's probably still under the weather. Mitch might be a little late, but he'll try to be here. Let's see, Comic Book Black Belt. Put that up there. New to streaming? Looking to level up. Check out StreamYard and get a $10 discount. When did we arrange that? It's all good.
It was there, so I used it.
It was there. Okay.
It was there.
Why not?
Why not?
Folks, we're looking at Dan Dare today, Pilot of the Future. Great comic strip, an iconic comic strip from the UK. Here on Sunday Funnies, I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. I've been told that we haven't boasted enough about our accomplishments on this program. I heard yesterday from a fan that he's like, oh, I didn't know you guys were qualified. I just kind of tuned in. You guys were talking comics, and I didn't realize what you guys had done. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, been doing comics, alternative and independent small press comics since the mid '80s. Worked on titles like Tales from the Aniverse, War of the Worlds, Spank the Monkey. Done a lot of freelance stuff, a lot of lettering work for Caliber. Had work published by a number of small press publishers, the majority of which are no longer around today. Not my fault. Not my fault, I swear. Gotten this close, horseshoes and hand grenades kind of thing to breaking big time. Almost had a movie deal a couple times. Almost had a Marvel deal once. So I was told up front I wouldn't have a DC deal, but I did the proposal anyway. That was a whole nother story. That was fun. But yeah, I've been around for over 40 years. I'm working on an omnibus collection now of all the Tales from the Aniverse stories and short stories, of which there are a ton of them out there. It's going to be a nice, large collection. We're looking at 3 volumes, 3 great covers. Susan Van Camp has done an original story for the 2nd volume, as well as painting a cover. And hopefully more. I'm hoping to get her notes and things on this, as her input on the works that we did together and that we did individually. So look for that here, hopefully within the next couple months. I don't want to start the campaign on it until I know it's ready to go to press just about. So, well, I'll keep you informed on that. But right now I am writing The Atlantean that Arrow Comics and Critical Blast is publishing, The Adventures of Kull and Brule, as they travel the land, looking to rid their world of shape-shifting lizard demons. Great sword and sorcery tales that Mr. Russ Leach is illustrating. Russ is here with us today. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Russ Leach. I'm a comic book artist from the UK. If we're running through for new viewers, if you've not been with us for the past 3 years, going through all these books, all this stuff that inspires us to do what we do, I started off in art direction, design, and online application development. I got connected to Marvel in 1995, but had to go away and make some money instead. And went back to it in 2010 and decided I was going to draw comics again. And that led me to draw Doctor Who for the BBC, for Panini. It then led to me drawing Ben 10 for Warner Brothers, another stint on Doctor Who, a 5-year stint for Marvel and Panini, drawing how to draw the Marvel way. And then I went on and did a European Batman magazine, and did some more Doctor Who for the Doctor Who magazine this time. So went around, did some bits, done a whole bunch of stuff in between for independent books as well, my own books. So I've been around, done some stuff. Maybe I'm a little qualified to give you my opinions on what I think I like and what I don't like. And they are all my own opinions. So if you don't like them, hard luck. So I'm currently on the Atlantean, and we're loving this, and it's really great stuff. So if you want to find out more about the Atlantean, go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list, and we'll be going to fund my comic crowdfund on the 9th of March. So just over a week away now.
All right. Dan Dare, pilot of the future.
Yeah.
So Dragon's Dream collections from back in the 1980s. Back in the 1980s. It's copywritten in 1987. The actual work was what, 1950?
55.
56, 57 at this point. We're on
But funnily enough, 88, 87, 88 would have been when, wouldn't that have been when he came back into 2000 AD?
Yeah, pretty close.
Would have been around that time, wouldn't it?
A little bit. I think it was a little bit before that.
Right.
But yeah, it's probably 80, 82, 83, somewhere in there. Wasn't too far into 2000 AD's launch that he came back in.
Yeah, well, they were 77, weren't they? I think, yeah. 2000 AD, yeah.
That's still a year and a half in. They started in 77, so
77. So
yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. I'll just check that out while we're looking.
Then. We're looking at some great rushing water here. Frank Hampson artwork, painted,
beautiful stuff.
I'm trying to do this without bumping the camera too much. You know how that goes. Not very successfully. Beautiful rushing water. Originally, this strip would be the first 2 pages, the cover and the inside front cover of Eagle magazine. They would have a big eagle, the red eagle logo that Hampson designed. This wonderful iconic bird there. If you're into international comics, I'm sure you have seen that icon at one point or another. This eagle has a great reputation for doing quality stuff in the UK. So this would be the front cover. You'd have a big logo here. They paid the artist to continue the panel over so that you're not constantly looking at the same eagle logo in every left-hand corner.
No, well, that's my memory shot. Apparently, Dan Dare came into 2000 AD on the very first issue.
Man, I don't remember that at all. But
no,
you're right.
No,
yeah.
I thought it was late. I thought he was reintroduced later on, but he wasn't. Yeah. He was in the very first issue, okay. And it was 2000 AD. Dan Dare, drawn at different times by Massimo Bellardinelli, who we've obviously featured on here, and Dave Gibbons. Yeah. We've featured both those guys on here.
Yep.
And apparently there's a book coming out. There's going to be a compendium of that material.
Sweet.
So that's sweet. That's definitely going to be one to look forward to.
And again, like we were saying last episode, all of the 2000 AD stuff pretty much has to come out in collections per property because you have to chase after the rights. So,
although, like I said last time we spoke, Star-Lord looks like it's going to have its own compendium. That would be absolutely fantastic. Definitely will be buying one of those. In fact, it's already on my Christmas list.
I will look through my magazines when I can cut some time and pull my copies, and we'll take a look through them.
Yeah, I've rebought issue 1 because I lost a whole collection of comics from when I was a kid. My mum and dad threw them in the skip, a thing that you hear quite often. And I had a full collection of Captain Britain, Spider-Man, 2000 AD, Star-Lord, and a whole bunch of other sort of like Conan stuff, a whole bunch of rampaging Hulk. The magazine stuff that they were doing at the time, all that stuff, and it all just went in the bin. So I have rebought a percentage of that stuff in recent years.
I had a whole run of 2000s, and over here they're a little harder to come by.
Yeah.
I had them from Prague 12 up to about Prague 500.
Oh wow, that's substantial. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Loved the magazine, especially when it was in all newsprint. But I ended up selling it to a collector because I needed the money, and
it happens.
Regret it. The only thing I didn't sell him of that lot was all of the Star-Lords, because I figured that out of all of the comics I had, that would be the hardest one to replace.
Yeah, a diamond in the rough. There is no doubt about that. Yeah.
Plus, I really like the Square's work, and Strontium Dog got its start there in Star-Lord. Yeah.
Robusters for the start of ABC Warriors.
Is that in Star-Lord too?
Yeah, Robusters was in Star-Lord. Okay. Yeah. So brilliant.
Yep. Brilliant. Yeah, because I can see the cover when they blended Star-Lord in with 2000. They shared the same logo.
Yeah.
And Rojaws was there on the cover.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah. Garbage collecting angry little robot.
Very funny. Very well written.
Eating. Yeah.
Was that Pat Mills?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Pat was writing the majority, if not all of that stuff at that point.
That was such a funny strip. So.
Yeah.
They used to have this guy called Mecha Quake or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was just dumb as an ox. Just didn't know. And he just used to eat everything.
It was big too. It was absolutely huge. Yeah. But yeah, Robusters, ABC Warriors, folks. You ever get a chance to read those? Well, we definitely need to take. I don't think we've looked at ABC Warriors.
Yeah, no, and I have to say it's got a very British flavour to it. It's why it's worth reading.
It's an incredibly unique strip too.
Yeah,
it deserves its spotlight. More water.
Lovely stuff. Look at that. Who's the elephant thing?
Alien.
It's lovely.
Alien King, I think.
It's so sweet.
I said, it's not his face looked like a camel, but
oh yeah, that's right. Camel boy.
Hey, chin up, chum. We'll soon have you off. Cock.
Cuck. Is that a term of abuse?
Poor boy.
It's a bit abusive, and he's just standing out there with all the river running around him. He's like, yeah, cuck.
You're calling him a cuck. Oh boy. That's one of those panels taken out of context things. PBR in the house. Oh dear, I just tuned in to spank the monkey. Okay. Sorry.
Spank that funky monkey.
Marvy in the house. Russ, you seen Johnny Quest already?
No, I haven't had time. I will watch it though. Thank you for the message.
Mitch, how you doing?
Mitch,
doing good.
by Mitch Rogers. Mitch, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, as Randy said, I'm Mitch Rogers. I'm a horror comic book creator, 15 plus years in the industry. I'm the creator of the Boger horror comic book series, Flesh and Blood Collection, and coming soon, the Shivers anthology.
All right. We're looking at Dan Dare, pilot of the future.
Yeah, apparently he's having boys. I completely fucked that up. Sorry.
Right. Marv, did you watch the Gargoyles episode I recommended? I think it's the 8th episode in Johnny Quest. It's really moody, real good. You ever see that, Mitch?
The original Johnny Quest?
Yeah,
a few episodes here or there. Huh?
You remember the Gargoyle episode?
I don't think I saw that.
Unforgettable. Very, very, very noirish, very moody, lots of shadows, lots of fun.
Oh, cool. When I was young, the only Johnny Quest that was on was the New Adventures of Johnny Quest. I was kind of hit and miss here or there.
That was a horrible embarrassment compared to the original season. Yeah. Anyway, we mentioned Johnny Quest because we looked at Doug Wildey's Rio Rides Again on Friday, and that was the creator of Johnny Quest.
Oh, cool. Did Alex Toth work on that show too?
He did, but he came in towards the end of the production.
Yeah, because I know he worked on a lot of the Hanna-Barbera shows. So
that was kind of his introduction to Hanna-Barbera. If you remember the episode, and again, a lot of this stuff's iconic to me because I saw it when I was a kid. There was an evil organization in the jungle that they thwarted, and these guys wore all black with like a double T symbol on their chest and 2 windows for eyes. You remember those? No,
no. I don't think I saw that one.
Very Toth when you see it. You go, well, that's as simple of an evil person's costumes you could ever get. You could tell. Yeah, that Toth designed that. He came in, I think, about a half a dozen episodes towards the end.
Oh, okay.
On that, and then he went on to create the whole Hanna-Barbera pantheon of superheroes, and worked the Super Friends. So great stuff. We did a couple of episodes about 3 years ago on the InDesign book, folks. Go back to the Alex Toth InDesign book. Go back and take a look. Well worth your time. What a great book.
Yeah, he also did a great Batman story in, I think, the 70s.
Yeah, in the Batman Black and White books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, it was put into the Batman Black and White, but I think it was a backup feature in one of the annuals, I believe, in the 70s. And it was really good. It was kind of sad he only worked on one Batman story, because of how good it was.
Mm-hmm. Other than the Super Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was talking about it in the comics.
Right.
He only worked on like one of them.
Yeah. PBR. Morning, gents. I take it Glenn still has the plague. And we hope he's getting better. Cough, cough. Yeah. Hope you feel better soon. I got a real good recipe for an outstanding hot toddy if you want it. PBR. Man who knows his scotch.
A hero after my own heart.
Marvy, I haven't seen the episode yet, Randy. I'll watch a bunch of them tomorrow. I have to stay home for a couple of days. Uh-oh. I hope it's not a bad thing. Got to stay home for a couple of days. No, you didn't run in the halls, did you? Something like that. Anyway. Love me some Johnny Quest. PBR says, same as Randy. Watched it as a kid growing up. Good stuff. Yep. An actual touchstone in American animation, for sure. Really an influence to everybody else who comes afterwards.
Especially the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, there you go. I said touchstone, not ripoff. But anyway. They sure did. Initially, I thought Adult Swim was just bastardizing the Hanna-Barbera heroes until you sit down and you watch them and you see Birdman are really funny.
Oh yeah, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law was great.
I'm sure the
Especially
Venture Brothers were just as funny.
Oh yeah, Venture Brothers, I think was better than like Birdman and Sea Lab, mainly because although it was a spoof, it was their own characters they were using.
Yeah,
And they were able to kind of go in different directions, like like the fact that Dr. Venture is basically committing child abuse, putting his sons in all these different dangerous situations.
yeah. Nice ship here.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna keep moving along, folks.
Excuse me, I have allergies. That's why I'm coughing so much.
Suffering satellite, sir. What's that? That's no moon.
It's a space station. Yeah, did they really need to blow that one panel up? Because there's enough room up there for the Eagle logo.
Yeah, well, the Eagle logo would take half.
Oh, okay.
So they split it and blew it up and retouched it here and there in order to fill the space. It does make the work uneven because you've got the larger lettering there, and then you've got all of this story packed into the next page. I've got a Titan reprint that reprints some of those. Dan Dare, the Red Moon Mystery. And Titan decided just to leave the logo sitting there. Oh, it's got a great interview here with Hampson. So that's what
gotcha.
That's what it used to look like. They take that and blow it up. Then the inside front cover. And then next week, get it out with that.
I prefer seeing it like that, personally.
You can always ignore this.
Yeah, I like it like that.
Oh, man. Look at that. We'll look at that later. And they also went through and added the black background, hoping that the colors will pop on it.
Not sure about that.
Yeah.
Black in the background was very popular back then.
Yeah, it was. Grab a mic and go aft. Flamer, report damage over the intercom. Aye, aye, sir. The guy's a flamer. Anyway. Much more innocent time. PBR says, Stairway Scare, Dan Dares, who's there? It's amazing how far spread the impact of Dan Dare was and is. Yeah. That's a D. I saw that on, reminds me of a Los Angeles. Just added a fourth bus route to their lines. And they're trying to get people to use it. So they had a publicity campaign. And not very many more people are using the bus route, but the merchandise is selling out like crazy because it's a black shirt, one line, it says in white, it says ride the D. With the D and a little color dot that's the same color as the D line for but anyway,
right, the D.
And their t-shirts are selling out like crazy. Stairway Scare. Yep. There we are. Heading towards the whirlpool, looks like.
It's great.
Yeah.
Look at that picture on the top right there. Top right, there. The water.
Mm-hmm. Both of those really.
No, yeah, the one on the right is fantastic. The way you can see the trail of where it's crashed, and then it's going towards that whirlpool. That's just fantastic,
isn't it? It's great.
Cool, the effort. That's all painted by hand.
Yeah.
None of these images, none of these pictures of water are filtered photographs.
Yeah.
Like, they're all painted. Fantastic.
What do you think? Watercolor? Acrylics?
I don't know. Yeah, acrylics maybe.
Martin dyes, maybe?
Could be.
It is very bright, isn't it? We said that last week. It's very bright.
Those dyes are super vibrant. You'd get a rich red like you see here on his shirt off of those Dr. Martens. I love those watercolors. Every time I see that ship, I think of Thunderbird 4. Afternoon, guys. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, Al. You're right on time. We just got started. Never late. Whenever you're here, always welcome. Glad you're here. And you can always go back and watch everything we did before that on our archives. Little panel break here.
So makes a change, yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice face. Jumping jets. Daryl Dig. Colonel Dan, I think you almost put paid to you? We almost put paid to you. Okay. We'd written you off, youngin'. Hey, where's that plant? Oh, Fant. Where's that Fant? That must be the little dog elephant character. Speaking of dogs, we can tell your dog's happy, Mitch.
Well, he's at the other end of the room.
Oh, I keep hearing tapping like last week with your dog's tail.
No, he's by the window.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Sorry, my mistake.
I could be my leg thumping also.
Yeah.
I have restless leg syndrome, so they're always moving.
Okay. There's the Fant. Oh, see, they blew up this whole tier here this time. Starting to play around with their the layout a little bit, because that logo would have gone right over top of that. They must have blown this up, moved that over, and then redrew over top of it. More stuff on the way. Look, sir, he's our second string. That's hot. Look at that movement. Slightly blurred. Nice space shot here. Real nice. Now, since there's a similar yellow blocky ship and Mobius designed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Al says, cheers, dude. really fleshes out this kid with the shadow. Looks really good. I like it. Folks, don't be afraid to hit that like button out there. Leave a comment. Chat's live. It's all good this morning. We're here enjoying a little bit of Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future, by Frank Hampson, back in the late 50s. Look at that ship.
How long did this run?
It ran for quite a few years in Eagle. Let me look it up here. I don't remember the exact dates. I think we looked it up a couple of weeks ago. Russ might know, but I think he's away from his microphone right now.
What?
How long Dan Dare ran?
Oh, couldn't tell you.
Started in
It
Eagle.
started with Eagle.
Yep,
Yeah.
April 14th, 1950.
I think whenever Eagle stopped, I would imagine, is when Dan Dare stopped. I can't see that they wouldn't have had it in every issue.
Wrote Frank Hampson, who also wrote the first stories. Dare appeared in the Eagle comic series Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future from 1950 to 1967. And subsequently in reprint.
17 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 years. Yeah.
Dramatized 7 times a week on Radio Luxembourg from 51 to 56.
It was big. It was
Stories.
like huge.
Yeah. The stories were set in the late 1990s, but the dialogue and manner of the characters is reminiscent of the British war films of the 1950s. Dan Dare has been described as Biggles.
Yeah, Biggles.
Space,
Yeah, the Biggles in space. Yeah.
and as the British equivalent to Buck Rogers. Dan Dare was distinguished by his long, complex storylines, happy dialogue, and meticulously illustrated comic strip artwork by Hampson and other artists, including Harold Johns, Don Harley, Bruce Cornwell, Greta Tomlinson, Frank Bellamy, and Keith Watson. Dan Dare returned in new strips in 2000 AD from 77 until 79, and in a relaunched Eagle in 82 until 94. This is the recent mainstream story was a Dan Dare miniseries published by Titan Comics in 2017. It was written by Peter Mulligan. It's a completely new interpretation of Dare, who is struggling to adapt to a peaceful life after the Mekon has been.
I'll be honest, it wasn't very good.
No, it looked really bad, actually.
It wasn't very good at all.
Since October 2003, Dare's adventures have also continued in Spaceship Away, a mail-order magazine created by Rod Barzilay. Its mission statement is to continue the original Dare's adventures where the original Eagle left off in a style as close to that of the classic strip as possible. To that end, Brisley originally hired former Eagle artist Keith Watson, and following Watson's death, Don Harley, both of whom had drawn Dare in the 60s, to work on the strip, which are written very much in the style of the 50s series.
Wow. What's that called? What's that?
It is in a publication called Spaceship Away, a mail-order magazine created by Rod Barzilay, Barzilay. Spaceship Away.
Spaceship Away.
Dare appeared on the cover of the first issue. We know that. All the main characters, we know that. Vehicles, spaceports, just reading the Wikipedia. The 1960 artwork was taken over by Frank Bellamy, Don Harley, and Keith Watson, Gerald Palmer, with Bruce Cornwell, and the look changed, with the colorful, rounded rocket ships replaced by angular silver craft and changes to the space suits and insignia. The changes were never wholeheartedly taken up, however, and the look was erratic from then on. In 1962, the strip was removed from the front to the inside of the comic, black and white, and was drawn by Keith Watson. Over the remaining years, the strip varied in format and quality, even returning to the front page in color between 63 and 65 until it ended in 67, with Dan retiring to become the Space Fleet Controller. Strips from the 1950s were reprinted in 69 when Eagle merged with Lion. For a while, the reprints continued in black and white in Lion magazine. And then its return, Revolver, The Planet, 69 Planet, published first and only issue. Inside the new and unfinished Dan Dare story, Remembrance, drawn by Sidney Jordan, featuring a slightly older Dare and apparently set some years after the original strips. Launched in October of 2003, Spaceship Away magazine was originally created in order to get the Phoenix Mission, a 50s-style story by Rod Barzilay with art by Keith Watson and Don Harley into publication. With the agreement, the Dan Dare Corporation response was good enough to warrant the magazine's continuation following that strip's conclusion, initially with Green Nemesis, again by Barley and Don Harley, with later chapters drawn by David Poe and Tim Booth. Other stories have since followed. Despite a small circulation, available only via mail order through its own website or in select few comic shops, Spaceship Away continues to appear 3 times a year as of 2022.
It's amazing. It does. There's some really good artwork in there. It does look like it's all painted.
Really?
Yeah, and use strips in there as well. But it's I don't know how you can afford to continue doing that.
I would imagine it's a labor of love. And
Yeah,
offers,
only. Yeah.
I don't know what the subscription rate is, but it's probably meant for fans and worth it to them. You know, that stuff is not. Yeah, that's not cheap to do, and it's very time consuming. So people doing it are doing it more out of love than anything.
Yeah.
A bit more action here. Let's see. Sorry, didn't. I'm keeping up here with the left page, bottom right too. Okay. Cool wing shape. Right page, top left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Now it says in the left page, bottom right as well. Was Radio Luxembourg Pirate FM? No, not that I'm aware of. I think it was just Radio Luxembourg. Just looked up Radio Luxembourg that Russ just mentioned, and they have the episodes on Internet Archive. Oh, that's cool. Holy moly, Spaceship Away looks amazing. Yeah. Well, I have the impression somebody's going to get a subscription. Almost looks like the old Hydra logo there for a second at quick glance. It's not, though. Very different. Colored pencil, maybe? Maybe some sort of acrylic pencil?
Maybe. We just had a episode of Antiques Roadshow over here that we watched, and somebody had a picture from the Curious George children's book. Are you familiar with Curious George? Yeah.
The man with the yellow hat. It was a very, very iconic page, last page of the first book, where he's standing in the zoo in a tree with his arms up. Curious is, and he's all real happy, and everybody around him is happy. all done in color pencil and acrylic. Just beautifully done. It's 10 grand because of the provenance of the piece. It was under glass and beautifully framed too. So there's that. There's a little bit of white space here. Somebody getting tossed about. Dig, speak to me. Yeah, there's a tighter shot. It's like a X-wing.
Yeah.
X-wing fighter there.
Those camel guys sure look mean.
Yeah. Stand up, everybody. I'm cutting power and going in on para brakes. It's going in on para brakes. That's got to be at the very least a subconscious lift right there. Considering how all those designers were British, especially on the first Star Wars movie, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them were, yeah. A lot of the special effects were done in the UK.
Yeah. Fantastic. Aurak has deceived us, brother. There are worlds outside this system of loss. Laos, you lie, Aurak is the supreme brain of all time and speaks only truth. Huh. Have a little rainbow going on between their ears here. Suffering satellites. There's a lot of satellite suffering in here. So that Antiques Roadshow episode of Curious George, yeah. Question: how different do you think it would have looked with white borders instead of black? Better, worse, no difference? Nope. Compare the difference. Though these are two different printers, two different decades. Let's see what the difference would be. I guess you'd see it better if I wiped out that comment. That's how the difference would be.
I kind of like both in their own individual way.
Yeah, it's a style choice. Earthquake. Sorry, folks. Oh, did it again. I need more coffee. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. There we go. Oh. Is that an alien?
Yeah, I think it's one of the camel-looking guys.
Is it the back of their head or I don't know? Yeah, it is. Look, because you can see the hexagons on the side of his arm thing.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. A little better. Just looked weird. Nice look though. Look at the texture here. I've killed 2 of my best friends. That's what they always say until they wake up. 20 panels in 2 pages is a lot. Yeah, they moved a lot of story back then, Al. A lot of story. I kind of prefer white as it has a lightning effect. Yeah, and again, it's 2 different printers, 2 different publishers, 2 different decades. So the printing press on the on the one with the white background might have been a little lighter than the printing press you see here. I imagine they used up a lot more ink on this just because of the black background or the black panel borders. Oh, look at that. Yeah. A lot fewer panels this episode, so maybe they were catching up. So much story here. 11 panels here. 9 panels there. Yeah, 20 panels.
Then 2 big ones. Woof.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 compared to 11. 20 compared to 11 here. Yeah, and 2 big panels. Well, that the logo would still be over here on the eagle, probably ending right there. Probably went down like that. And they just decided to continue this up. I don't know why they blocked this out. That's kind of clunky. They should have just continued the sky up and made the emphasis on the balloon.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
Yeah. Big white space here. How do you draw a crowd? Very slowly. Lots of hors d'oeuvres. Anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, how do you draw a crowd? Very slowly, unless of course you're a writer, and then you just write a crowd really quickly.
Yeah.
There was a crowd. Oh no, that's the word you don't want to hear as an artist.
Small, almost mistook that for Fireball XL5 on quick glance.
Yeah, so I was thinking.
What I do on crowds is I'll draw 2 rows and then just silhouettes the whole way.
There are always ways to get out of it. Nowadays, they just cut and paste.
Yeah.
They do it in the movies too, so what the heck. And there's our cover illustration. Okay. Makes them look mean. Look at that. Real mean. And look at that mouth down here. That's about, what, a good decade at least ahead of Alien. Just kind of got that growl. One big panel and a lot of little panels. $16. 17 panels this time. Careful place tree. Yep. Splash page, huge crowd, ARG. Yep. Carefully placed tree, upper half predator helmet. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking it was similar to like Phantom of the Paradise,
Great movie.
one I haven't seen in decades. Many, many, many years.
I think it's on Amazon. If
I know one of the streaming services has it. I saw an article that mentioned it. Yeah. Introduced the grandkids to Thunderbirds. One of the grandkids yesterday. She just kind of looked at it with her questionable look on her face. Huh? Anyway.
You watch this rubbish? That's what they should say.
She's like, what?
Yeah. It's entertaining. It's creative. It's great. But, never mind.
Super Marionation. It definitely looks like some sort of paint more than a pen. So it's probably laid down watercolor or dyes. I think they went over and inked it afterwards, probably, just to get it to look right. Some great tones in there, though. It's almost overdoing it there. It almost looks like he's scarred. There's some great tones there. Little city. Mecca. Underground.
Nice.
The Predator helmet. Genuine in the house. Dave in the house. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Dave? Hope you're doing well. Just look at Phantom of Paradise. That is the exact same helmet. Yeah. Really reminded me of it. Al says the new one is produced by Weta FX models with CGI characters on top. Haven't seen it, but behind the scenes looked interesting. You're talking Thunderbirds? I've seen some of that. If that's what they did, it looks kind of odd, but it looks all right. I like the one where they use actual actors. They had a Thunderbirds trailer out there that somebody did up in AI. That's pretty fun. More fat thumb typing. PBR says, okay.
Yeah, they did a live action Thunderbirds.
New Thunderbirds, yeah.
That wasn't that good as far as I can remember.
That movie doesn't count except to Jonathan Frakes' career.
True.
Absolutely just awful crap.
He lost all of his movie directing cred off of that film.
So crap.
Every last bit. Gone.
And I like crap films, but that was that was too crap even for me. Do you know, it was crap.
There's so bad it's good, and then there's just bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I love B movie grindhouse type stuff too. But when you insult iconic properties,
yeah, no, that's not good. No,
you know that it's beyond bad. It's just all
there's
wrong.
a difference between a bad movie and an insulting movie.
Yeah,
this is
so like Ride Angry is a bad movie, but it's not insulting anyone. It's fun. Okay, like the and the other ones he did Night Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, that's it. I can't remember
Nick
anything
Cage.
today. Yeah, those films were crap, but they didn't insult it. I enjoyed them. I thought they were fun.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that Nick Cage did the Ghost Rider movies was he was a huge fan of the character. It's just the execution was bad.
Yeah, it was. It was bad. And there's loads of bad films out there that are bad, but aren't insulting the IP. You know, and there's loads of films out there that have been produced really, really well,
Mhm.
are completely insulting, like Star Wars.
Yeah.
The
Well,
new one,
the reason I thought of that is March is Eisner month. This is Will Eisner week, actually,
Mm.
because it's the 1st of March. And I was on Facebook, and there were a couple of Eisner big fans talking about the Spirit movie.
Right. Yeah.
And the one thing they said was good about the timing of the Spirit movie was that Will wasn't around to see it.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I mean, I was in Sin City had just come out,
Yeah, that's what it was like, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, well, this is like Sin. Before I saw it, I was like, well,
Yeah.
The Spirit's one of my favorite properties, so I kind of just felt, I'll at least give it a shot. And no, never did that again. So
Yeah.
I kind of.
And like the Thunderbirds movie, the Spirit movie shot Miller's movie directorial career, which is a good thing because
Good.
Buck Rogers was the next property on his slate.
Oh no, he would have ruined that.
Just imagine what that movie would have looked like.
Yeah, I think
Or don't. Just don't.
the only
Exactly
movie-
the same, just in space.
Yeah, I think the only movie he had anything to do with after The Spirit was the second Sin City movie, and again, no thanks.
Yeah.
I think I even saw that, to be honest.
They did a great adaptation of A Dame to Kill For, but the rest of the movie was just garbage.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, Eva Green swimming in a pool naked is always going to, make me like it. But
yeah. There's always a plus side, isn't there? It's always a silver lining. I saw a really good piece on YouTube. I can't remember who it was by, but it was talking about Batman and his villains and the way they've been portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was making. I mean, it was saying, he liked Nolan's work, and like I like the Nolan films, but how they just missed the point on so many villains and Batman himself, and then how then everything after that also missed the point. And really, you've got to go back to Batman '89. You've got to go back to those two films, Burton's films, to really get a good Batman. And also, obviously, the killer is the animated series. Those two features are without doubt peak Batman in my view.
I want to say a very controversial statement right now, but if Heath Ledger didn't die, his Joker wouldn't have been as legendary as it was, or legendary as it was.
Yeah, you've got to take it in context, haven't you? I think you're right. Yeah. And it was a great Joker, but it still wasn't the Joker.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the whole sort of noir. The whole point of Batman is like Gotham is another character. It's somewhere between noir and sort of like 30s horror films like Dracula. It's somewhere in between the two, and how Metropolis is so much lighter and brighter.
That's the animated cartoons worked that out incredibly well.
Yeah, exactly. They did it exactly. And he was talking about these differences and why they matter and what they're there for and why it works in Batman and why the villains work in the way they do. It's just a really, really good piece. It made me sit right the way through it, which is pretty good these days. And that was I'm just going back to see if I can remember who it was.
This whole like crap thing now, and they mainly do it with Batman. They don't do it with many other superheroes in movies. Is we have to reinvent it for the times. It's like these characters.
No, you don't. No,
these characters existed for decades. Without being quote unquote reinvented. Like with Batman, the only time it was technically reinvented was in the late 50s and 60s, where it got campy. But then. Yeah. But then it went, the 70s went right back to being brooding and dark and everything.
Yeah. But even then, the 60s stuff was really very much like the 60s version of Batman.
Yeah.
Because of the comics code and everything. So they were doing it justice from that perspective.
Well, really, they fed off of one another. the campy aspect of Batman was due to the Code Authority coming down and slamming Batman stories to become infantile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
But-
so they decided to take it to a camp level.
So, but when it sort of reimagined itself in the 70s with Adams and
well, it wasn't really like reinventing or reimagining. It was bringing him back to his roots.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It was going back to exactly. Yeah, it was coming back to where it should be, and it made him the detective as well. It made more of the detective aspect, which
then again,
lent into the noir and the horror aspects.
Yeah, they stripped Batman back to Detective 28.
Yeah,
is what they did, and I mean, before Robin was out of it at that point.
Yeah,
when the Adams stories are in there. Robin's in college.
I've never been a Robin fan.
And so they stripped that. Well, Robin was created intentionally to knock that darkness out of
exactly.
Batman in general. They addressed that in the New Frontier.
The way you did it is
series that Darwin Cook did really brilliantly. Yeah,
Anthony Gramuglia. It's got a G. It might be Gramuglia. I don't know. I don't want to ruin his name. Anthony Gramuglia. I've just put the link in the chat. It was a really good documentary put together, and it was talking about the aspects of Batman. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Sweet.
You know, as much as I rag on Frank Miller nowadays, there was a great panel discussion with like him, and it had Tom King, who I just despise.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Not just a creator, but just as a human being.
He's a hideous person.
Yeah, that's another topic for another day.
We want to try to have a positive podcast.
I know. And
just had to tell the truth. Sorry.
Yeah, but
I know.
But Tom King was going on like, oh, you have to put yourself in Batman.
No, you don't. No.
And Miller stopped him and went,
no, you don't. Don't have to put yourself in. What you do is you respect the characters, okay, and you can add into the story things that you might think are important and how the character would deal with those things, but not how you would deal with them with a cowl on.
That's what Miller said. He was like, no, you don't, reinvent Batman. You don't put yourself into it. You update the world around him and write how he reacts to it.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's being respectful to the character. Yeah.
Before we change the subject, I just want to say that Tom King really wrote himself as Batman.
Oh yeah, it's quite pathetic,
especially
really.
As a cucked little wimp.
But that's a very modern thing. You've seen it in a lot of modern writing throughout entertainment, where people want to put themselves in these things and they hijack intellectual property so that they can have their own stories, because their own stories obviously aren't bloody good enough to make it on their own. And it's just it's quite frustrating to see things be brutalized in this way. The documentary it's not. No, the documentary actually said, in fairness to everybody, the documentary said, the Dark Knight really ruined Batman.
Yeah.
And I suppose it did. Really.
I think that person's dead on. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, I think the Dark Knight ruined a lot of mainstream quote unquote mainstream comics.
Yeah, it did. Again, it's one of those situations. Yeah, where we talked about the Watchmen. Like these were fantastic stories. They were written really well, but it doesn't mean that you have to do everything like that from now on.
They were all meant to be one-offs.
It's an executive decision. Oh, that works. Make everything like that so we can make more money. That's always the way creativity dies. It dies in a boardroom.
There you go.
So.
The Avengers with Fiennes and Uma Thurman was god awful.
I remember that. Yeah, it was one of the many things that drove Sean Connery into retirement. One of many. I mean, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was the nail in the coffin, but
I think that it was because he made the mistake of turning down Gandalf.
Yeah, he should have taken that, shouldn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, they asked him if there was a move that a role that he turned down that he really regrets. I think he said that it was Gandalf.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, exactly. First in Cities Second one
Original
just
edition.
didn't feel
Oh,
the same.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was
Nope,
just-
Just Al saying first Sin City was great. Second one just didn't feel the same.
it didn't. It was.
Agreed. Gotham has too big, but extremely dense and layered. Chicago didn't feel like Gotham. Only the Narrows bit did it in a tiny way. Batman the Animated Series is perfect.
It is
It's about as
perfect.
good as you're going to get. That and the Superman Animated Series is also anything Bruce Timm. Pretty much anything that
Bruce Timm used to do.
used to do. It's amazing.
I've seen the Killing Joke adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the low part.
The other thing I wanted to say about the Batman movies is that I found that every Batman movie sequel is a parody of the one before it.
Yes. Yeah. It does happen that way. Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns is an exaggeration of Burton's Batman. Nolan's Batman or Batman Begins is a phenomenal film. Then the Joker one's a little bit more of a parody, kind of going over the edge. And then if you go back and you look at that third Batman film that Nolan did, it is a mess. And it is a bunch of overacting, just muddledness. Everybody by the third movie figures they're a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Instead of an actual realistic character.
But you see, there are levels of how you do that. Yeah. So if you look at the way that, say, that Batman 89 was done with the bright colors, I mean, look at, Joker was portrayed superbly.
Yeah.
And it was very noir and totally over the top. Everybody was wandering around in 40s suits and trilbies, weren't they?
Oh,
or fedoras.
Yeah.
It was fabulous, absolutely bloody brilliant. And it's that Batman needs to have that worldly feel to it. It's the trouble with all superhero stuff recently is they took him out of spandex and they wanted to make everything in the real world, and it's like, well, it loses a bit of its magic, doesn't it? It loses a bit of its luster.
Dead on right.
It's supposed to be over the top. It's escapism.
Yep.
Yeah, it's supposed to be silly.
That's the story right there. I keep saying over and over again that the industry fails to comprehend superheroes are a fantasy genre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they're not supposed to be real. And the big problem now is that comics, especially since Dark Knight, have taken such a realistic turn. Nobody wants to read it because it's the same shit they see every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why would you want to read that?
They need to be removed. I mean, look at this stuff here. This stuff takes place from the 50s and the 90s. Yeah. It's just pure escapism. You just brain check and you read. And we go back and look at this stuff now, even though it's backdated, it's still phenomenal work. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. Nowadays it's just
slop.
It's just a realistic slop. Mess. Yeah.
It's been
everybody's got to have a motivation that ties back into a self-insert that talks about some soapbox that they have to get on about how bad everybody needs to feel about themselves. Well, anyway, we want to.
Yeah, there we go.
It's been over 10 years, and I'm still trying to understand the storyline of The Dark Knight Rises.
I have tried to read Kingdom Come a half a dozen times, and it is beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful comics ever with Alex Ross, but it is a piece of written shit. In my opinion,
I kind of like Kingdom Come, but I kind of see where you're coming from.
It is a disjointed mess that some editor should have gone over and kicked Wade in the ass and made him straighten out. That's my opinion. Anyway. Sorry, folks.
I like Kingdom Come. I'm going to cry now. I'm
not saying that there's nothing redeemable about that book. It's pretty. I mean, it's the most gorgeous thing.
Well, I mean, the storyline.
The pure gem in Alex Ross's crown. Man.
Oh, yeah. I do admit that it's kind of muddled with all the different characters and all the different stuff going on. But I do kind of like a lot of parts of the story. I like the fact that in the future, Batman has completely lost his mind and turned Gotham City into a police state.
But an editor on that title should have gone to Wade and said, "This isn't there's no cohesion here. You need to make some sort of cohesion story here instead of a group of scenes." But that again, sorry, folks, that's my opinion.
It's okay, Randy. I forgive you.
Thank you. I like the old Doc Savage film, but it wasn't great. Boy,
Yeah,
that's an understatement. Michael
I
Hart
remember
makes so much for
watching
being-
that as a kid, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I remember watching it just a couple of years back and cringing under my chair.
It's amazing what you'll accept as a kid in the 70s, isn't it?
I still love the Dick Tracy movie.
Now
I
that's
don't
classic
apologize for
stuff.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
won't either. Or Popeye. Popeye, classic stuff. Just beautiful, fantastic work.
Speaking of very enjoyable 60s,
Doc
70s,
Savage, Doc Savage movie is to Doc Savage is what the Spirit movie is to the Spirit, only without any of the noir to it. Doc Savage has got its own charm, but you really have to have a off the cuff sense of patriotism to really enjoy that film.
There's speaking of horrible 60s and 70s
Oh,
movies and comic adaptations,
Uh-huh.
one of my favorite directors, his name's Mario Bava. He did Black Sabbath, Black Sunday, a lot of like the gothic Italian horror movies.
Uh-huh.
He did an adaptation of Danger Diabolik
Okay.
in the 60s that is very enjoyable. It's not a good movie, but it's got a lot of that kind of 60s kind of camp, but it's still at the same time honors the source material. Just
Are you talking Diabolique, the thief?
Yeah,
that movie's amazing. That's on Pluto. I caught that on Pluto. That's a great.
Yeah.
That is a great '60s film. Very '60s,
Yeah.
but it's really good. Yeah, that's fun. I like the old Doc Savage film, but it wasn't. That old George Pal Doc Savage film is what's been kept Doc Savage in obscurity all these years, because it's a bad movie and it didn't do anything at the box office, and so they feel that property's tainted.
Yeah, same thing happened with Judge Dredd until the Carl Urban film.
That's true.
Like when, of course, as a kid, I first learned of Judge Dredd from the movie. But then when I got into comics, it was like, oh, it's a comic book, and I tried it out, and I was like, wow, this is completely different from the movie. This is awesome.
Yep.
But like for years when you just talk about Judge Dredd to just the regular person, it's like, oh, that movie was terrible with Stallone and all that. The acting was bad. Because that's what they think of.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, I like the Stallone movie.
It's got its qualities. It's got its points.
I thought it was all right. I mean, if you're a comic aficionado, okay, you're a bit annoyed about that film. All right, if you love 2000 AD and you're a bit of an aficionado, if you're a cinema purist, the film's shit.
Yeah.
But if you don't care, like me, if you're just looking for a good time, it's all right. And I have to say, they did do the Angel Gang very well. Yeah, in it, it's one feature that it got right was the Angel Gang. As for the latest Dredd, like that's obviously a copy of the Block or whatever it is. It's a copy of another film.
Yeah, the Raid.
The Raid. That's it. The Raid. Yeah. And although it was good, it captured Dredd very well. Urban did a fantastic job as Dredd. For me, it didn't. The Mega City One is a character in Judge Dredd, in the same way that Gotham is a character in Batman. And if you don't show more of it, then it's not a Judge Dredd film.
Yeah.
So, that was just me. But there you go.
Make it like Batman and Superman if it's real in our real world. No thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Lovely work.
And the Stallone Dredd movie had Hammerstein in it.
Yeah, I mean they did considering there was no CGI or not good enough to do it.
Really sharp touch.
Yeah, the Hammerstein was sharp in that. It was great. And this Reign of the Robots reminds me of Judge Dredd, just the title, because they did a robot revolution, didn't they, with Call Me Kenneth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was all of book 2, by the way. We're on to book 3. It's an hour and 14 in. Do we want to call it at book 3, or do we want to go?
Call it there. We'll do another one next week.
All right, we'll start book 3 next week. Reign of the Robots. Pilot of the Future.
Oh, lovely.
We'll pick it up then, folks. Dan Dare 3. All right, we are here every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. looking through some great old comics. Tell your friends and talking stuff. We're not quite as negative or modern talking. We try to keep this an uplifting conversation as much as we can. But you mentioned Tom King, and well, anyway.
Yeah. Don't mention Tom King. If you say his name 3 times, he turns up, doesn't he? It's
I used to work for the CIA. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, get stuffed.
Listening to you guys talk like this, I learned so much. Thanks, PBR. Thanks so much for being here.
You'll learn not to run your mouth off.
Yeah, they are. So many properties, so many. It's appallingly bad.
Yes.
Folks, you know, here in the States, we have such a limited view of comics in general and the art form. It's a shame because there's so many, like Judge Dredd is one of probably at least 200-300 viable IPs that 2008 has that they should be doing all sorts of media with that you're not seeing. So one of these days they'll do like a Rogue Trooper movie that we showed some of that here in a previous show, or a Strontium Dog film, and people will go, well, where did this come from? And it's been there since the 70s over in the UK and Europe, and in some, you know, comic shops here if you're lucky enough to find them.
Strontium Dog would be a great thing to do. Strontium Dog was fantastic.
Rogue Trooper would be great to do.
Yeah.
Robo Hunter would be great to do.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. You wouldn't do it though, because it's got a little baby chomping on a cigar wheel.
I know it'd be all CGI, but I'd love to see them do ABC Warriors on Mars.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Whoa, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, the best way, in my opinion, to do like a piece of Dread media is don't do a movie, do a TV series.
They've gotten close to doing Mega City 1 on Netflix. Really, really close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Carl Urban is on constant call. He said anytime that they want Dread, whatever.
As long as they put Dread in it every episode. I don't want like Gotham, which is Batman without Batman in it. Why would I bother watching that?
I mean, the first 2 seasons were good. When they started making the characters the villains before Batman is when it got stupid, in my opinion.
The whole thing for me is just, it doesn't matter how well it's produced, how well it's acted, how well it's done. It's like AI. I don't care how good it might or might not be. I just don't want it. And it's the same with a television series about Gotham or about Batman without Batman in it. I'm just like, you've lost me at the elevator pitch. Okay, here you go. We're going to make a series. It's about Batman and Gotham, but there's no Batman. Oh yeah, green light that one.
Well, the reason why the Gotham show even started was because of the Smallville TV show from years back.
Yeah. Again, I never watched that. I was never ever interested in it.
Which is wild, because the only reason they did Smallville is because there was a Gotham pitch way back when, and there was a little paragraph at the bottom of the pitch saying the same thing could be done with Superman,
and they did that instead.
No.
I mean, even like my wife used to watch that Lois and Clark or whatever it was in the 90s. Okay, but at least Superman was in it. Do you know what I mean? He was in it every week without fail. There was Superman.
Well, so was Terry Hatcher.
Yeah. So we both had something to look at, you know.
Dean Cain beefcake. Anyway. The expressive faces look like Norman Rockwell again. Left page, 3rd row. That's because they're both painted. Rockwell used to use photographs that he would blow up, especially when he was on a tight crunch. He'd take a photograph and blow it up on an overhead projector and paint on it. So he used photo reference quite a bit. I downloaded recently, loved it. It's awful. Probably Doc Savage. Yeah, it's cringy. It definitely is that. I would the only recommendation I would have if you were going to sit down and watch Doc Savage is to have your favorite alterating substance with you, and just kick back and enjoy it, whether your tongue in your cheek, and know that the movie is bad. Know that the
Bad.
movie
It's
is
a bad movie.
Doc Savage is a great pulp hero, but he's down on the list of the very. But he's down on the list of the very best. Give me the Phantom and the Shadow.
I think
Both of
the
those.
Phantom movie was really good. And
That
so
was.
was Shadow.
Yeah, Lord O'Fleck. Yeah, as far as movies go, you want to read some great pulp stuff. Pick up a couple of Spider.
Oh yeah.
Novels.
Yeah.
The Spider.
The Spider.
It's like the Shadow. Some of them, if you catch the right ones, it's like Shadow on overdrive. Really fun stuff. Very moving, just quick paced, very violent material. The Sly Dread film is really excellent, but shit too.
Yeah.
Allen-esque cryptopods. Okay.
Cryopods.
Iron Allen. Oh, Alien.
Alien. Not Alan. Alan.
Yeah. Alan.
Alan.
Hi, bye.
Hi, bye, Sarah.
Is that Sarah? It's been excellent, guys. Ha ha. Cheers. Al says. Thanks for starting out Sunday right. Later, guys.
Yeah,
and all in
cheers,
chat. PBR. Thank you. More Dan Dare next week. Then I think next Friday, I had something planned for Comics by Night. You'll find out here on Friday. We've got some other great sequential art coming up. I was looking at some French comics yesterday and was thinking about getting Black Sad. I heard that's incredible. The art is incredible.
That's a good book.
Yeah.
If you like noir detective stories, that's a good book. Crime, stuff like that.
I think Daphne's talked about that book real favorably in the past. Daphne Lage said that it was really good. Looks like Ross got inspired by this, and I believe this comic was painted with watercolor and gouache. Yeah. Looks like Ross. Oh, Alex Ross? Yeah. That's
Alex
very
Ross.
likely. Yeah, Marvy, you're probably right. He grew up when all of this stuff was coming out in reprints. ABC Warriors, yes. Sony Spider-Man less Spider-Man films just called.
Yeah, those as well.
Yeah, what's that Ross uses for his comics? Yeah, that's what, it is. Superman reporter Clark Kent and Clark with his parents in NAOS. Okay.
New Adventures of Superman.
New Adventures of Superman. Yep. Yeah. New Adventures of Superman. The last Superman show wasn't too bad. I didn't watch the last couple of seasons. I really lost interest in it. Yep. But it wasn't terrible.
No.
Brain check material. I like what they were doing with Steel there for a little bit, turning him into Iron Man. But other than that, folks, Reign of the Robots next week. More Pilot of the Future, Dan Dare. Hopefully we'll have Glenn with us then. Hope Glenn's feeling better. Hopefully you'll be back for that as well. Some great stuff in here, and so much great comics yet to come. Yep, people keep popping in. Sly Dread does have Diane Lane in it, so yeah. Yep, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
Thanks for jumping back in. If Glenn was here, he'd say, Sarah. I meant the three sides of the character.
Yeah.
Say it's just Superman or reporter Clark. Yeah. Yep.
They lose that.
Yeah. All right, folks. Again, thanks so much for stopping by. Mitch, please tell folks how they can find you.
Well, you can find me at Linktree /Celtic Cross Studios, or you can find my website, online store, and my socials. You can find my comics on, especially the Boger, online at both Global Comics and Tapas.com, and keep an eye out for like I say every week, I'm doing a remastered version of the original Boger miniseries, putting them out in installments, and then when they're done, put a collection together and crowdfund it, and also keep a lookout for my new anthology, Shivers.
All right, great. Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me over at russleach.com. Artwork's being done at the moment. There's some inks.
There you are.
Okay, that's the kind of stuff that's being done on the Atlantean. So if you want to check that out, go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list. We'll be doing the crowdfunder for issue 4 on Monday the 9th. So it's a week Monday. So you've got time together for that. We've just decided that we will do a double size issue for issue 5, which will be later on in the year. So you might want to get in and get issue 4 so that you can get yourself all set up for that. And then there will be an omnibus available as well. But you can find out all about the things that are happening, the digital versions, all that kind of stuff. Just go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list, and we'll keep you informed.
Absolutely. russleach.com, folks. Go over there and sign up. The campaign will start here next week or week after. We'll keep you informed on that. As soon as it's together, it'll be up. It's going to be a great book. Folks, you can find me on Facebook if you need to talk to me. That's about your best bet there. I hang around X not very often and been watching more Rumble lately than I have YouTube, but that's a whole nother story. You can find my work Amazon. Any of the Atlanteans are available. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, criticalblast.com. Shadow Kingdom's available over there as well. Amazon's got the War of the Worlds Infestation book that I wrote with artwork by the German artist Horace. Also over there, a nice 5-issue collection. Good self-contained story. It's a lot of fun. That's War of the Worlds updated. The Martians, after 100 years, start dropping cylinders again, but we know who they are and what they're there for, and it turns into a real war as opposed to the rout that was in the H.G. Wells book. So that's also a lot of fun, a lot of pulpy goodness there. So I hope you enjoy that. And 3 sides of the character. Yep, it's not out of there. Here. Folks, we do this twice a week. Once Friday morning at 5 a.m. We do Comics by Night, where we do the exact same thing we did here today. We find some great comics and we look through it and discuss it and let the conversation wander to wherever it goes. And then again, Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. So we'll be back here again at 9 a.m. Like I said, with more Dan Dare. Friday, maybe some Daniel Torres. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe some V.T. Hamlin. Maybe someone that you haven't heard of before. Yes. But he'd hack on my name doing that right now. Yeah, he would, because he's not feeling well. He'd probably be coughing up a storm. Al says, cheers, dudes, everyone. Peace and love. Absolutely, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend. Do be careful out there. You guys are a blast. Thank you, Sarah, so much. Appreciate it. If you enjoy this program, tell your friends. I do appear occasionally. Comic Book Black Belt says, IG Foot. What?
No, like Bigfoot.
Oh, like Bigfoot? Like Bigfoot.
Is that
always grainy and blurred, right?
Al was asking if I do appearances at comic conventions. I do occasionally. Just get in touch. You can get me on Facebook over at X, or just email me. Russ at createuk.net. Go to the website. Go to russleach.com. You can get hold of me there. And if people are interested in having me there, I'm more than interested in having a look.
Yes, you do. No croaking for you either. Yeah. I like Mitch Hedgeberg says that all of those pictures that you have of Bigfoot might be as good as you get. He might just be naturally blurry.
Might just...
Thereabouts. Like, share, subscribe, folks. Like, share,
Tank
subscribe. Ferret, thank you so much. Glad you're here. I'll ask them to get a hold of you. Cheers. Okay. Al, thanks. Folks, again, take good care of yourself. We'll see you soon. See you on the next one. Do visit your local retailer. Go to your local comic convention. Look for those comic dealers and those boxes that nobody else might be looking in. You'd be shocked at the great gems that you're going to find in those boxes by just doing a little looking. Sure, there's some crap out there. There's always you have to have the crap out there so that you know where the gold is. But there's also so much gold out there that it's great. We love this art form. That's why we do this. We're not paid to do this. We haven't asked you for a super chat. If you do super chat us, it goes right to the Indie Comics Network to help them keep their lights on and things running. We want to help them as well. So if you feel like super chat them, please. And if you enjoy what you see here, what we ask you to do is buy our work and enjoy that as well. We'll see you soon, I hope. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. Please go like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications on all three of those channels. It only goes to help our algorithms to be seen by more folks. We deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, that's it. We'll see you. See you on the next one.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. Take care, everybody. Oh, wait, before we go, let's leave a great quote here. Here's a great quote by the immortal Keith Richards. People say, why don't you give it up? I can't retire until I croak. I don't think they quite understand what I get out of this. I'm not doing it just for the money or for you. I'm doing it for me. Keeps you alive, folks. We love this art form. We love this. Well, we might not love everybody in this industry, but we love comics as an art form and sequential art. Take care, everybody. We shall see you soon. Here it is, a new Appalachian word of the day.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian word of the day. The word of the day is trauma. Yeah, I might be a little late, but I'm a trauma best to be there in time.
There we go.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
The cops are doing their job as long as they don't be mean to people who are actually being innocent. Then I'm all gravy, baby.
Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
And, who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
Hi, would you like some headphones?
Absolutely, but how did you know my name was Phones?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.